All right, how's it going, guys? I wanted to talk about yet another Pokemon scam that's going on in the comments of, replies or just social media posts in general. We're going to be looking at two people here, this person and this person, who Lucky J and Freya, who talk about a scam where people take advantage of, other people not knowing what the prices are on Pokemon cards, as well as kind of taking advantage of other people's sympathy over family members passing. So I'm going to play her video first, and then we will get over to Lucky J's video over here.
Type of scam in the Pokemon community that I've been seeing, and no one has talked about it yet. So I am compelled to talk about it, especially because the first time I saw this scam, I fell for it. And now that I think about it, it's just really disgusting. Every now and then, somebody will comment in my posts a little pity story.
So what she's talking about there is I try to pause it before it disappeared from the screen, but people are commenting saying, "Hey, I have a lot, like not a lot like a ton, but like a lot that you could purchase worth of Pokemon cards, and I just want to get them out. I'm new to the hobby, but like I had it from someone else who might have passed, whatever." They come up with some sob story, and we'll keep going from here.
About how one of their relatives passed away and left behind a bunch of Pokemon cards. And because they don't know anything about Pokemon, they just want to donate them. And of course, when you read that, your first instinct is to be like, I am so sorry. There's also people that are interested in these Pokemon cards and reply and say, please DM me, I'm interested. After I figured out that it was a scam, I started blocking these comments, but I'm just going to read to you a few of the ones that I found, not only on my profile, but also other creators' profile. Here's the latest one I blocked. Only
So I want to just talk about what these look like, and she's going to show you in a second. And then I also want to show you what people like Lucky J does. I exposed a Pokemon card scammer by getting scammed. I'm going to talk about the highlights of this video, but I encourage you to check out the full thing in depth. Let's see what she has to say.
35 seconds ago. My stepbrother passed away, never was a huge fan of Pokemon cards, but going through his stuff, my family discovered all his cards and binders, over 700. He and I were huge Red Wings fans. Initially, I wasn't going to go through it, but thinking on it, I would love to give them out to anyone interested in them. And it's just very nice vintage Pokemon cards that are worth money that he wants to give away for free. I've also seen comments of just someone saying donating cards with a picture of a bunch of old cards.
So a lot of the ways that people manipulate this and try to get you to do it is A, sympathy, like I said before. It's also showing off vintage cards that are worth something that, to the average person, probably don't know the value. Or just vintage cards in general, like this lot right here.
Cards. I've also seen like comments on sports cards of the same nature. It's always some relative that passes away. My son took pictures of these sports cards collections owned by my late stepbrother that just passed away 2 months ago. My son took pictures of these Pokemon card collections.
So what they do with this is they ask you to pay the shipping costs, which I'm sure she's going to get to right now.
Using a story like this that is meant to evoke feelings of sympathy for others. You are a horrible, horrible person. I wish nothing but the worst for you.
Okay, so she doesn't actually explain it. I thought it was in this video. It's in probably a different video. But what they do is they ask you to, as I show you in Lucky J's video here, is they ask you to cover the cost of the shipping. And what this does is, hey, I will give you the cards for free, but like you need to pay shipping because it's expensive and there's a lot of cards and it's heavy. And what this is really they're just scamming you out of that. So if you pay with like PayPal, friends and family, instead of like covering it with business, if you send a PayPal, it asks you if you're sending it to a business or a family or friend. If you send it via family or friend, it's less likely to be refunded, as well as if you do it with Zelle, which is a direct bank-to-bank transfer here in the States. But I'm going to play a little bit of this video and just kind of explain from there.
Cost, and it includes 2 days shipping, which I think for 500 cards, that's maybe a little bit expensive. $45 shipping. I don't live in the US. That seems, I know it's like a long distance, but that doesn't seem like a good value for your money. And here is where I was like, okay. Now, as a regular human being, I am realizing that I'm being scammed. So I said, oh, you want me to pay shipping? And they just replied yes. They were very blunt with it. So I'm like, okay, sure. How do I do that? Do you have an Apple Pay account? And I lied. And I was like, shit, wait, if I just say yes now, then they'll make me pay instantly or whatever. So I'm like, no, I'm on Android. And then they just straight up sent me their phone number and was like, message me now on my phone number, which was wild to me because the number that they gave looks like an American number, but I'm not I don't live in America, so I don't know. So I Googled that number, specifically in the brackets, the 813, which is like, I know in America is the area code. And they gave me a Tampa, Florida.
So I don't want to play out the whole video. I do encourage you to go look at his stuff specifically. This video is very insightful. But what he does is he looks up the area code of the number that he's telling him, okay, reach out to me. We'll figure something out off TikTok. A little sketchy, but that's okay. So he says, okay, they're in Tampa, Florida. But earlier in the conversation, they said they were from New York. So already this is a little sketchy. He then, the scammer, says that, oh, I just recently moved. I didn't change my phone number. I promise there's an explanation. What Lucky J ends up doing is
Dead stepbrother.
reaching out on another account saying, oh, I'm from uh, New York, because the scammer says, oh, I'm from New York. I'm shipping from New York. And he says, oh, on another account, he goes up to him and says, oh, I'm from New York. Instead of paying the $45 shipping, is there any chance I could drive over to you and pick it up in person? And the whole thing just starts to fall apart
I'd get similar.
because um, also, your number being from Tampa made me think you might be lying. So on a different account, Lucky J reached out to him and pretty much said, "Hey, it's a little suspicious that you're telling me that you're from Tampa, you moved to New York, but now that I say I'm from New York, I can't pick them up in person and you're making me pay shipping, which is still $45 to ship to the same state. That is weird and suspicious, and it's an ongoing scam of people going through cards. I just want to reveal when he says this.
Message me now on my phone. I'll send you the picture. I said, oh, no way. This time you have a phone number that's actually from where you said you are. Disgusting scammer. Lying about people dying. You should be ashamed. I hope you reflect on this and become a better person. All seen, none of it blocked. Mission accomplished. And then I sent one more message saying blocked just to check that I've been blocked. And it says, this user is unable to receive your message due to their user's privacy settings.
All right, and one last thing that stretches this scam even further, and that's really disgusting, is they're using a real profile picture. They have a real name over here, and if you look up the real person's account, they are just impersonating a real person, reposting some of their videos so that they seem like a real person, and I'll get to that right here.
Post. So I let Madison Johnson know that there's an account using her likeness to scam people of Pokemon cards. And realistically, I don't think there's anything that Madison can do. I know I've got quite a few people impersonating me on TikTok, and I've not been able to remove their accounts. They stay up. TikTok is notoriously awful for this kind of thing. And
this is also true with my main account. I have a main channel at Bloom Films here on YouTube. Some people will rip it on TikTok. My real TikTok is Michael.Bloom, but people will try to rip it off. Their copyright ID system is nothing like YouTube's, and it's terrible. But let me finish what he's saying here, and I'll wrap up.
Madison replied and said, thank you for letting me know. I am aware of that account and have reported it several times, but TikTok keeps denying my request. Could you report them also? Thank you so much. So I did report them, but I'm pretty sure the account still exists. TikTok, like I said, are awful at this. And so the only thing that I can see that could change this is maybe TikTok making it a lot harder to make a new fake account. Because like I made a new fake account super easily for this video to scam the scammer, and then also have a way better reporting system to like cut down on this scam. Like not only
Anyways, guys, that video is from Lucky J.
I've bought
I am I not subscribed? Oh, I'm not subscribed on this account. Well, I encourage you to check out his videos. They're very insightful, and that video by itself definitely has some good points. Be careful about where you buy cards, how you get cards, and if you raise any red flags, don't be afraid to listen to your gut. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have yourself a good day.